Welcome everybody to the Ecolinguist live. Okay, something happened with my setup and I can hear myself. This is not acceptable. So let me do what? 1 second. Oh well. Ah, I see. Sorry, there were some technical problems. There were some technical problems because I just updated software today, and of course, when you update some stuff, things get turned on by default, and that's how it is. However, let's start over. Welcome to your favorite language show, the only show like that on YouTube. This is a show where you can call in and you can participate in language challenges, because as you know, the Ecolinguist channel is all about languages, mutual intelligibility, and experiencing languages that you haven't studied before, or you have, we're just celebrating languages here. So anyone who is interested in languages is very welcome here. And I know you guys already know the format. This is not the first episode. This is the episode number 6 of the second season of the Ecolinguist show. So thank you so much for being with me, hanging out, geeking out about languages. And also thank you for all the support on Patreon and through channel memberships. I do appreciate that, and that keeps the show going. So thanks again for all the Ecolinguist insiders as well. And this show is kind of special because the previous shows you had to register to be able to call in, but today I'm trying something new. Today, if you go into the description box, there is a link that can directly connect you to my virtual studio. So you don't have to register. I just realized that maybe it's too many steps for you to go through before you join in. So I'm taking a little bit of a risk, because who knows what kind of troubles we're going to encounter because of that. But why not do it? Let's just try it. So there is a link in the description box. You can find it easily, and you can call in if you want to participate in one of the challenges that I have pre-made. Those challenges are made by you, by Ecolinguist subscribers and fans who contributed their time and effort during the summer when we were collecting all those challenges. But these days you can also contribute by going to my website, ecolinguist.com, and there is a link there where you can go and submit your challenge, so we can use it in the future episodes as an audio challenge for people who call in. If you, let's say, cannot call in, you cannot participate, you cannot run your challenge live, you're welcome to submit your challenge through this link. It takes you to the site and it has all the guidelines necessary, all the guidelines about what makes a perfect submission. So go check it out. But meanwhile, today we are going to accept the calls. I see some people are already calling in, so that's great. This means we are in for some great language fun tonight with all of you guys. However, if you haven't called before for some reason and you would like to, but maybe you are a bit shy, or maybe you want to run your own challenge and you don't know how to do it, before we start taking calls, I would like to take you through the steps on how to make a challenge real quick. So when you call in, you are ready to present something that everybody will appreciate. Julian, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, they don't display on the screen. I have to fix the widget, but nevertheless, I do appreciate anyways, Julian. So without postponing, let's have a look at the how to make a great language challenge that you can submit either through the submission form or just call in and read it to us. So first you have to come up with an idea of a word. The word needs to be a noun. So we don't really want to use any adjectives or verbs for this kind of challenges because they're too abstract, they're too difficult to guess, and it's better to stick to nouns. And now on the screen you can see a few categories of nouns that you could potentially come up with. We've got animals, plants, objects, food and drink, places, occupations, vehicles, clothing, body parts, feelings and emotions, building types, natural phenomena, social events, and games. If you think there are some categories missing, just let us know in the comments. We can always expand on that list. Hopefully that already is giving you some ideas of the kind of words you would like to use for the challenge. You just need to know one thing, that this, I know that sometimes it's very tempting to use a word that is very unique to your language or to your culture, and you would like to share that word with the world. However, this is not a good word for this kind of challenges. Those words are good for other kinds of challenges that I'm actually going to present you today in later on. So stay tuned. How to use that kind of words. But for the mutual intelligibility challenges, the idea is that people are going to understand what you're talking about. So we have to use a universally understood concept, something simple to avoid translation issues. So you don't want to use, let's say, a name of a very particular dish popular in your local cuisine, because nobody's going to know that. Or if you're going to use a pun, like a funny play on words in your language, it's not going to ring any bells in the minds of the guessers. So it's important to come up with a concept that is fairly universally understood. So that's not only about the word, but also the clues that you're going to come up with eventually. That's also an important fact, that you don't want to use culture specific clues that refer to a particular tradition in your region that nobody would really have any clue about what you're talking about. Or if you're making references to brands, like local brands that are not globally recognized, and we won't be able to make associations with that. So try to keep it universally understandable. Nasida is mentioning that we should add musical instruments. Yeah, musical instruments, I would count those as objects. Those are everyday objects, but they could also be instruments, tools. There is many subcategories in the category of objects, but instruments, musical instruments, are really good example. And as long as it's not a very particular instrument used in your region, for example, that's not a good word for this kind of challenges that we're running, the mutual intelligibility challenges. And at the end of the day, the word itself doesn't have to be very complex necessarily, because when we talk about mutual intelligibility, we are focusing more on the hints themselves, because those parts are the parts that the guesser will have to decipher. So they're not going to hear the word until it's time to reveal the answer. So you might want to think about a simple word that have very interesting clues or verbs or adjectives that could be used to describe that word. So that's one thing to consider. And yeah, so maybe we could go over real quickly on how to come up with the hints. And I can actually show you a very useful online tool that you can use for that. If you obviously, I always encourage people to be creative, and if you have this linguistic talent that you can come up with 10 different clues about one particular word easily, great. But most people will be struggling, or they will require more time to complete that task. So there is this really nice online tool that I want to show you and explain to you how you can use that in coming up with the challenges. Let me just log into that site. And meanwhile, when we're waiting for the login to happen, suggest a category, guys. In the comment section, suggest a category of word that you want to see me working out live on the stream. So I will show you how I come up with those challenges, because actually you need to know that most of the challenges that you have seen recently in the most recent videos, the main episodes or shorts, I came up with them using this tool, and then I invited people to help me check if it's correct, check if it makes sense, because the tool that I'm using is basically an AI. And obviously you're going to know that tool because it's very well known. Okay, so the historian says the ancient Greek category. This category is very interesting. We could add that. However, this would be, I would consider that a special episode. For example, we would invite ancient Greek culture geeks who are very, very versed in mythology, for example. And they know all the gods and all the stories. And because this is, I consider this as specialized knowledge. So we can't expect like a random person online to know stuff about that. But if we had people who express interest in those topics, like ancient Greek culture, we could come up with challenges. For example, description of a god, and you have to guess what god the person is describing in the language that they haven't studied before. So that would be a great episode, but it's like a special episode. Maybe that's an idea. We've got food. Yeah, it's a good category. Yes, food and drinks. However, as long as they're not traditional objects. Armaniel says Greek mythology is very vast and could take longer than a regular word. It could take longer, but if we invite ancient Greek geeks, people who are very, very keen on learning about this stuff, they would probably figure it out pretty quickly. The historian, you're so awesome, Norbert. I wish I could give you multiple likes. Thank you so much. You just did it. I appreciate good words because I'm here for you every Tuesday at 6 p.m. UK time, whichever time it is in the world. Means of transportation, Magnus. This is a great category. So let's go for it. Means of transportation. Let's use something very basic that have not been that have been used before. So this way we're not going to produce any spoilers. So let's have a look. We're going to go for a bus. A bus is a very typical means of transportation. We need some hints about it. So we go to this site called ChatGPT and we ask it. I'm going to do it in English, but actually ChatGPT works in all kinds of, almost all languages. Or if it, sometimes it even pretends that it speaks a particular language, so be careful. Especially when it comes to minority languages. So you go to this ChatGPT and you can use a free tool because ChatGPT is for free, or you could also use a paid version. I use both. And just ask it to, dear ChatGPT, please generate as many hints about the word bus without mentioning the word itself. We send it off into the internet void and we are waiting. Oh, someone just gave us a dislike, so I'm not sure what that means. Maybe someone doesn't like the ChatGPT solution, but it really makes things easier for us. Yeah, so this is enough. We can just copy that, go back to our document, we paste it here, and let's read it through. So we've got a large vehicle used for transporting a group of people along a set route. This is a good hint because it's pointing to multiple different means of transportation. It could be a train, it could be a bus, or it could be a tram and stuff like that. So it's good to start with very generic hints that don't point to just one solution, because we want to build up that understanding process in the mind of the guesser. Often seen in cities providing public transportation for commuters. That's also a good one. It has multiple rows of seats and typically operates on a scheduled timetable. That's a very good hint. A common means of transport for students to and from school. You know, this is what I'm talking about. This could be very cultural specific. So I would avoid this kind of clue unless I 100% sure that the person that I'm talking to in a different from a different culture, in their countries they do that. They use buses to get to school, because in some countries they use other vehicles. So that could be too culture specific. It can be double decker with an upper and lower level of passengers. Same. This is very specific for the UK, for example. So we don't really want to use that because the double decker buses might not be familiar to everybody. You know, we could argue that this is like a common knowledge and stuff like that, but for this clue to work, you would have to mention Great Britain or London or something like that. And we want to avoid this kind of cultural associations just because we want to test the mutual intelligibility between languages. So we don't want to give away the answer by, providing a hint that is basically giving it away too easily. So let's not use that. Requires a spatial license to operate due to its size. It's not too bad, not too bad. Often associated with a stop where passengers wait to board or alight. I mean, I get this hint, but I don't think it's formulated in a human kind of way of understanding things. This sounds very AI. So I would have to rephrase that in some other ways. For example, I would say, for example, usually people have to wait at a bus at a you see, I don't want to use the bus stop because you don't want to use the word that you are describing in the description. So you want to say usually people have to wait at a special place to board. Wait at a special place to board it. So usually people, you could also mention passengers. Usually passengers have to wait at a special place to board it. Special place, or maybe a designated is also a good one. Designated place to board it, and then may operate on specific lanes on the road to facilitate smooth travel. Again, this is too culturally specific. There might be some places or some countries that the buses don't have those privileges, so we don't want to avoid that. It's different when you're actually talking to someone that because in mutual intelligibility it's very important to understand the context that your speaker comes from. So that's part of the mutual intelligibility phenomenon, that we share a particular cultural knowledge, not only the language but also the cultural knowledge. But we try to avoid that, because in this kind of challenges we're focusing mostly on the language layer. We want to see linguistic connections between languages. Sometimes chartered for private group travel or tours. So sometimes chartered for private group travel or tours. It's not too bad. Eco-friendly versions of this vehicle are increasingly powered by electricity or natural gas. Again, this at this point it's pointing to too many types of vehicles, and we want to basically make sure that the more hints we provide, the more specific they get. So at this point, I would say usually passengers have to wait at a designated place to board it. And then we would maybe mention something about the way it looks. How would you describe a bus? Björn, actually, this is a very good suggestion. Passengers often wait to ride this vehicle on a designated spot. Yeah. So that's really good. And you need a ticket to ride on it. And it has wheels, because in opposition to trains or trams, it has wheels. So that's basically, it's pointing to the bus. This is a bus. So after doing this, I see the number of clues here. It's fine. You can always either simplify them or ask ChatGPT to generate more. You can come up with better hints possibly. And then you want to start every challenge with the question, what is this? In your language, in some languages, this is not how it works, and you have some other forms to ask this kind of riddle-like questions, like when you want to start a riddle. In different languages, you may have different ways to do it. So just adjust it to your language. And since you have that, it's in English, but I could easily just take it and copy it and then ask ChatGPT to translate the following into, let's say, Spanish. Okay, and that's what we get. So, ¿qué es esto? Un vehículo grande utilizado para transportar a un grupo de personas a lo largo de una ruta establecida. A menudo se ve en las ciudades, proporcionado transporte público para los viajeros, tiene múltiples filas de asientos y típicamente opera según un horario programado. Requiere una licencia especial para operar debido a su tamaño. Por lo general, los pasajeros tienen que esperar en un lugar designado para abordarlo. Necesitas un boleto para viajar en él. Tiene ruedas. Es el bus. Yeah, you see? So, and then you can translate it in as many languages as possible. And you can just play with it. So basically, that's how you can do it. So if you want to call in tonight with your own challenge that you either came up with yourself or you use the ChatGPT to help you polish it, you're welcome to do so. There is a link in the description. No registrations today. You can just directly call me in. Just make sure that you have the right equipment. Possibly if you have the headset, that would be great. Be in a quiet spot, not to ruin the show for everybody with bad sound quality. Yes. However, I also have pre-recorded, pre-made challenges for today from Slavic, Romance, Germanic language families mostly, but I also have some challenges in Estonian, Finnish, Lithuanian, Latvian, and possibly Latgalian. If we have a person calling in that speaks one of the Baltic languages, we can challenge them with those languages that I have listed here. Thank you for the submissions for the Germanic language family, because we were missing challenges. We couldn't run them, but today we have some. Especially big shout out for the North Frisian submission and Danish submission. Thank you very much. Oh, Alessio said it's a very interesting thing about the bus. That in reality, bus is the abbreviation of the Latin word omnibus, which means for all, from omnis, all. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm not sure if that's true, though. We would have to double check that. Yeah, so I covered that, and let's take some calls. I see there are people calling in, but it would be nice to meet some new people. I'm going to be adding. I'm going to give priority to new people. So if you haven't called before, please do. Let's start with Claudio. Claudio, I'm going to add you into the stream. So get ready.
Hi, Norbert.
Hello, Claudio. I can't hear you for some reason.
You cannot hear me?
Is it me?
I can hear you.
1 second, maybe it's... Oh, now I can hear you. Hello, Claudio.
So does it work now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Hi, Norbert. How are you?
Good. So, Claudio, welcome back to the show. This is the season 2. You're calling in first time, I suppose, in the season
First time,
2.
yeah, in the second season, right? Yeah, first time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you've been hanging out around in the chat. So, Claudio, just quick introduction. Tell us where are you calling from? What languages do you speak?
In which language should I say it?
Whichever language you prefer.
Whichever language. Okay. Maybe I can do it in Polish. So.
Okay.
Tak, nazywam się Claudio, jestem z Włoch, Sycylii, mam 40 lat, znam kilka języków, włoski, polski, rosyjski, angielski, niemiecki, nederlandzki, francuski, trochę portugalski i trochę grecki. Tak, myślę, że to wszystko.
Okay, so you're a polyglot. So I'm just like thinking about what kind of challenge would you like to take on today? What language?
I could make a challenge for a Sicilian word. If
you would like to run
yeah,
a challenge for someone.
I could, yeah. If a speaker of a Romance language wants to join, but not Miguel or Leonardo, because I already done it with them on Discord, so they already know the word.
Okay. So there is also a private chat that you could put
On the right side,
yeah,
comments.
you
Comments, the
could
guest chat.
copy and paste it in if you have it ready to do that. But actually, there is a caller that I think would benefit from this challenge. So let me add him. Meanwhile, when you are like typing stuff or whatever,
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
did
to
already.
talk to Wayne. Okay, so let me add
Okay.
Wayne. Let me maybe do this. Hello, Wayne.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Salve.
Yeah, welcome back to the show, Wayne. Quick introduction. Where are you calling from? What language do you speak?
I'm calling from Brazil. I am from Brazil. I speak Portuguese natively. I am also fluent in English, and I am somewhat fluent in Latin, I would say.
Great. So let us know what have you been doing language-wise for the past week since we last talked.
I've been teaching Latin lessons in this server that I'm in, and so I've been just doing a lot of that, just translating a bunch of stuff, a lot of things that people want to do. I recently translated like a lot of internet slang into Latin just for fun to teach people, and also just been brushing off of my ancient Greek and my old English, and that's pretty much it.
Great. So basically, you're learning through teaching as well, because when you're teaching, you're also kind of maintaining your skills, and
Exactly.
it's also one of the methods, like a valid methods of learning languages through teaching.
Exactly.
Good. So Claudio has a challenge for you in Sicilian. I think that would be interesting to do.
Yes.
And yeah, Claudio, if you're ready, we can just dive into it. And
Oh, by the way, I also have a challenge in Latin if I can run that with Claudio that I prepared.
I studied Latin 5 years at school. I don't know how difficult it would be for me.
we can
Well,
see later
I
on.
will try. I will try with pleasure.
Yeah, you can also, I can add some more people maybe to take part in it as well, and also there's an audience that would enjoy watching that. And I see there is Sam calling in. Sam, I've got a challenge in French for you today if you would like to join. Tosca, Sam, yes, because I've been preparing some more challenges for this week. New challenges.
Oh, by the way, salve Claudio. Sorry, I didn't say it before.
Salve, Wayne.
Great, and let me just see how I want to display this, like this. Okay, so Claudio, if you're ready, let's move on to the Sicilian challenge. Wayne, you can ask questions, clarifying questions in Portuguese. Okay, let's go.
Okay, can I already give you a small hint?
Oh wait, so the format of the challenge is usually that you give a lot of hints before someone guesses it. So it's not just a single word that you want to...
Yeah, sure. No, I would. No, I have to. The thing is, if I can give already a small hint in English for everybody.
No.
Just one.
No,
Okay,
no small hints. Yeah, this is this has to... We like not knowing things before we start. Just
all right.
Relying on our linguistic knowledge. So let's go.
Okay, so we'll explain it in Sicilian, right?
Yes.
Ok. Mucciari è un verbo. Un verbo che non esiste in tallauce lingue romanze. Mucciare vuole dire ziccari, una cosa, i quacchi patti, mu non ci fai vidiri all'auci. Zicchi una cosa, i quacchi, per esempio sutta un tavolo, e a così l'auci na ponnu a videri. Questo è mucciari. Ad esempio, io mi posso mucciari al retu de una seggia.
Ok. Eu entendi que é um verbo que você
Mhm.
usa para se referir ao fato que você corta alguma coisa em partes. Porque agora eu tô duvidando se sicari era para ser cortar ou secar. Talvez
No, no,
secar.
no. È un verbo che usiamo per dire mettere una cosa da un posto a unni lauci no ponno videre.
Vidre, ver
Mhm.
alguma coisa. Uhum.
È un...
Ah,
Bucciari vuole dire mettere una cosa a unni lauci na ponno videre. Per esempio,
Lausche.
se io non voglio che tu vidi una cosa, a piglio e a muccio sutta a un tavolo.
Hum, ok. Então, você não quer que eu veja alguma coisa, então você vai botar alguma coisa em cima dessa coisa.
Eh,
Porque
mettere sta cosa a unni na poi videri.
uhum.
Sutta un
Ah,
letto, per esempio, sutta un letto.
certo. Tá. Então, você bota numa cama ou numa mesa, no caso. Isso
Sutta,
que eu tô entendendo.
sutta.
Debaixo. Debaixo.
Sì, a
Ok.
così tu la vidi. Ma è un
Ok.
esempio, no? È un esempio.
Ok,
Può
ok. Então,
essere pure... Può essere così. Io mi metto a retu de una seggia, a retu de una potta. E a così tu non mi vidi. Io mi muccio.
certo. Então é um verbo
Mu-
que descreve quando você pega uma coisa e bota ela fora da visão de alguém.
Sì, esatto. Chi sto?
Certo. Uhum. Então, se eu tivesse que adivinhar que verbo é esse, eu
Mhm.
diria que é o verbo em português esconder.
Esatto. It's correct, Norbert. Correct. You got it. Yeah. Norbert, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, great. So I was muted. So esconder, it means to hide, right? And
Hi.
Mhm.
in Sicilian, it's you said
Mucciari.
mucciari. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Yes. So maybe Claudia, you just joined. You didn't see me going through like how we run the challenges. That we tend to avoid the verbs.
No, no, sure. I no,
I
I
mean,
don't.
it's an interesting word, so it's so good. You know,
I mean,
it works
I gave
sometimes.
anyway. I gave anyway the hint to him in Sicilian. The hint I
Yeah.
wanted to give is that this word is completely different. It only exists in the other Romance languages. It only exists in Sicilian in this shape, so there is no way to get to the word through similarity.
Yes. Yes. So
I was gonna say I'll check the etymology of it later, maybe if I can find it. But looking at a mucciari, maybe has some link with like Latin, like mutus, which means like mute, but it's this idea of like making it mute, making it hidden, making it not visible or heard. I guess because it is
I don't
interesting.
know actually. I tried to find it, but I couldn't really find it. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
it is not an easy one.
okay, so you know, guys, what we can do because Wayne, you have a challenge in Latin prepared for today,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Did you write it down as well? Did you type it in, or
I
did?
so this time I managed to correct my mistake and I did type it and then screenshotted the thing and so I'm gonna send it to you. So
Or
I
if
did
you could
forget.
send, if you could, okay. So actually, I think we have I have an idea for a very interesting challenge then, because first we could try to understand what you are describing, right? So that there will be
Mhm.
Claudia, and I will add one more person for this, and after that, after you guess it, uh, I will put you back into the green room, and you all will try to translate it into your languages, like into Sicilian and possibly Italian, and then we can see on the screen and compare it, like how it looks like, and hear how it's read.
Okay.
So
So first guessing and then
First, we're going to try to guess, and then we will try to type it down. Like I will give you some time to type it in a correct way, and when you're typing, I will add another person in for a quick challenge.
Okay, so should I type like the hints or in the text I wrote? Should I type that in the chat, like the chat for like this?
If you just copy and have it ready. First, we just want to listen to it, and after we're going to have a look.
It's because like I typed it, but then I took a screenshot, but it's on my phone, so I don't have it on my computer here. So I would have to like retype it on my computer. So that's why I wanted to like send it to you. Like
you can send it. Yes, you can send it to me right now to my email. And
okay.
Meanwhile, I'm going to add another person into the stream, and it's going to be Sam.
What's your email again? Sorry, I forgot.
I will send it to you in the chat. Okay. Okay, so let's bring Sam into the show. Hello, Sam.
Hi.
Welcome back to the show. Sam,
Thank you.
Quick introduction. Where are you calling from? What languages do you speak?
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry for being here again. I don't want to annoy you with my presence.
Oh no,
but
not at all. It's not what I meant by. I'm just opening lines. I'm trying to encourage new callers, but
sure.
It's always a pleasure to see the regulars calling in. As
Thank you.
Feeling part of the community.
Thank you very much. Mi chiamo Samantha, vengo dall'Italia, specificamente dalla Toscana, se non si era sentito, e parlo l'italiano, il vernacolo toscano ovviamente, e il francese poco e l'inglese.
Okay, that's great. So actually, I was thinking about giving you the challenging you with the French challenge, but we just came up with the Latin one. So I thought, why not? Let's just do the Latin first, and maybe later we could do the French one.
Okay.
So I'm just going to bring the other screen back so you guys can see each other. One second. Okay, so here we are. Yes, and I think I can show myself as well.
Ciao a tutti.
Ciao.
Yeah. Salve, Samantha.
Salvete.
1 second. I see. Here I am in a very small window. Okay.
Little Norbert.
Yes. So this is going to be a challenge dedicated to the Latin language. Let me. So guys, I'm going to make myself disappear, and I'm going to let Wayne challenge you with Latin. And after you attempt to guess, you can ask clarifying questions. And after that, we're going to have a look at the text as well. Okay? So, Wayne, you can start.
Okay. Hoc vocabulum est pars corporis aquae. Est pars non alta. Hanc partem transire possumus, et non metuimus mergi. In hac aquae parte, quidam expectant praedatores, praedas venturas, ad aquam bibitum, ut eas capiant, et trahant altam ad partem aquae, plerunque lacus. Haec pars est prope litus. Quid est?
Vai Claudio.
Okay, I think I will speak in Sicilian because we have already an Italian speaker. I will do it more better.
Yeah,
Vai.
yeah, yeah.
Va bene.
Ok. Ok, ci ciase con l'acqua. E chi stu già, un capemmo con l'acqua. Predatori, quindi animali che si mangiano gli animali. E in sta parte l'acqua che gli dispettano agli animali, mi mangiano.
In hac parte aquae,
Ok.
praedatores expectant, praedatores manent et expectant praedas qua veniunt ad aquam bibitum, vult aquam bibere praeda, et praedator dum
Tipo un coccodrillo, potrebbe
capi.
stare lì fermo.
Crocodilus
Stanno lì fermi. Vabbè. È un...
crocodilus et
Ok,
Scusa.
è un... No, vai Samantha.
No, dicevo, quindi è una parte diciamo che una parte specifica, fisica delle acque. Un luogo dove ci stanno predatori in attesa delle prede.
est
Ok.
pars non alta, hanc partem possumus transire, possumus ambulare in hac
Mhm.
parte,
Ok.
quia non est alta, non est
Ok.
periculosa.
Mhm.
Ok. No, non è profonda e è picciridda, no ranni, è picciridda.
Si intellego, si recte intellego, sic.
Quando
È
ci si cammina
di...
sopra si lasciano le impronte?
Est pars plerunque lacus, est pars plerunque lacus, est pars propre litora, propre litora.
A unni campano i rani.
Rani et alia animalia quae fortasis non vivunt solum aquae et solum terrae. Vivunt et aquae et terrae. Haec animalia manent in hac parte sic. In hac
E
parte
tas,
quia non est alta.
ok, e tas tu mossu d'acqua. L'acqua fa avanti e arretu. L'acqua si
Si
muovi
eat
avanti e arretu.
si eat in aqua, si eat in aqua extra hac parte fortasis mergit. Si tu is in aqua extra hac parte fortasis mergis. Velociter mergis.
Se invece vai da
Ok.
quell'altra parte, sei asciutto.
Si
Ok.
in hac parte manes non mergis. Si extra parte is ad is mergis velociter celeriter.
Ok.
Mergis vuol dire che mori o solo che ti bagni?
Credo.
Mergis corpus tuus gravitate
Ok. Però
traitur.
campi, ok, buono. Ok.
Sic dic mi responsa tua.
Io avrei pensato a sponda o riva. Lo posso scrivere da
Sì.
una parte? Dove lo scrivo? Aspetta, guest chat. Qui.
You can write it into the main chat maybe,
Ok.
so then I can display it.
Ok, allora.
Io non sogno sicuro, però penso chi è un stagno.
Stagno. Quid significat sponda Anglice? Quid significat sponda?
I do not know the English word for now. A moment. Okay, sure. Bank. Banchina. Bank. The place where the water is going up and forward.
Quid significat stagno?
Lake,
the
pond. Okay.
Pond, yeah, pond.
Chiarte, Samantha, yeah, Samantha got it closer, I would say. Yeah, so like, yeah, unfortunately, neither got the exact words that it is. But yeah, I would
So
say
wait,
the word in Latin.
so wait for a second then. If nobody got it, let's have a look at the text. Okay, let's have a look at the text and see if it's going to clarify anything in Latin. Let me just double check which one. Yeah, this is the one. So this is the text, and Wayne, you can read it out loud for everybody.
Okay. Hoc vocabulum est pars corporis aquae, pars non alta. Hanc partem transire possumus, et non metuimus mergi. In hac aquae parte, quidam expectant praedatores, praedas venturas ad aquam bibitum, ut eas capiant, trahantque altam ad partem aquae, plerunque lacus. Haec pars proprie litus est.
Okay. Okay,
Doesn't
may
ring
have
any
another
bells.
word. May have another word, but it's quite a complicated one. I will write it in the comment chat. It might be
A meno non sia la
battigia
spiaggia
in
o
Italian,
arena.
and
Sì,
I have
battigia.
no idea. And I have no idea what it's called in English. I will search for it. Shoreline.
Battigia.
Shoreline, yeah. Battigia.
Battigia.
Sì, io l'avrei pensato quasi come sinonimo di sponda, però sì, battigia è più, più corretto. È più corretto, sì.
Yeah, it's the shoreline in English.
Yeah. Yeah,
Detto anche impropriamente bagnasciuga, anche se in realtà prima era un'altra cosa, poi però oggi si dice anche bagnasciuga, almeno non si dice.
Okay.
Wayne, is this correct?
So yeah, unfortunately, again, no one really got. But again, now you got even closer with battigia. But yeah, it's not exactly shore, and I'm realizing that maybe it was
So
shoreline.
let's see the correct answer then.
So hoc vocabulum est vadum. So vadum in English would mean shallow, like a shallow part of water. So the shallow. It's not exactly the shore, but immediately after the shore, the part that is shallowest.
Ok, tipo in italiano non so se è più una secca o se è il guado, perché il guado è più specifico di... I'm thinking of the Italian word guado, which sounds very similar to vadum, and it refers when, for example, the river has a lot of water, and then you find the place where you can pass from one part to another with a small bridge, maybe. That's guado in Italian. So maybe where the waters are more accessible.
Yeah, that is how you use vadum in Latin too. You basically talk about a place where now you can. That's why, like I said, transire possumus. Now you can walk. Now you can walk through it, and you don't fear non metuimus mergi. We don't fear being submerged, drowning, sinking. You know, because if you go past that place, then you're gonna drown, or be submerged. So yeah, so it's vadum.
Very interesting word.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is another example of a word that requires some specialized knowledge to understand. It's very interesting linguistically, But for
Yeah.
a challenge like that, it's very
Yeah.
difficult to guess because
I would say that I did make the challenge before the stream started, and so it kind of went against what you then outlined.
but yeah, that's fine. This is a very good example of it's not a bad challenge, It's just it just requires a specialized knowledge that we cannot expect the guessers to have, basically.
Yeah.
So I just researched that in English. Apparently, it's like the shoal.
Yeah, shallow. The word I was thinking of is shallow, because it's also
Show.
that's the adjective.
Shoal.
That's the adjective you'd use for that kind of thing, like a shallow part
So
of water.
so it's an adjective. So it's not even a verb. It's not
No,
even
no,
a noun.
No. It is no. It is a noun. It is a noun. I'm just saying that in English it is both a noun, but you can also use it as an adjective. But it is in Latin. It is the noun. Like wadum, you couldn't use wadum to mean like a shallow pond or something. It means shallow as in like shallow part of water. That's what I meant.
Okay, that's good. In Romanian, apparently, it's vad,
Vad.
which is not a surprise. You just remove the ending and you have a Romanian word. That's how it goes.
Which is ironic because Romanian kept the cases, but then it removed the endings to the cases. just interesting.
Charto says it could be Furt in German.
Oh yeah, Ford.
Ford,
Yeah,
in English.
Ford is a word that you can also use in English. Yeah, I was thinking shallow, but Ford is a good word. Yes.
Yeah.
There's
I
also
think
many
that
place names. Oxford.
Because you see wadum used in classical like Latin literature for that. Like Caesar talks about how his troops can now walk through the wadum. Like they found a place where they can cross the river. So it's in that sense.
Okay, so I thought that we could go through this exercise when you guys could try to translate this, but it's very specialized. So I don't know if you feel apt for it to like try to quickly translate it in the background when we are running another challenge, or you think this is too specialized?
It's not very easy. It's not very easy.
It's not-
I mean, Latin in general is just so kind of difficult to translate, and because it is kind of specialized. I would say,
I mean,
it is very different from the.
I think I could translate it into Italian, maybe into Sicilian. It would be a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
So guys, you can just try, give your best shot, and I just sent you a document that you can go, and it's just at the beginning of the document you can just type in your translations, so you can just work in the background, and then we come back and just compare your translations to see how much common vocabulary we've got there, how many common roots have been
translating
preserved.
that piece, the one about the wadum.
Yes, into
I
your native languages.
Okay.
Right.
And Portuguese as well.
Yeah.
I'll try for Tuscan vernacular. It's going to be fun, but if not,
Absolutely. It's going to be a challenge indeed. It's going to be a challenge indeed. So I'm going to switch to this screen. You guys can work in the background. And I will let me know just in the chat when you're ready. I'm just going to put you back there. Okay. And yes, and we can take another challenge while the guys are working on their translations. This is a very good comment from Maria and the Sardinian language. We have vadu, badu, bau from vadum. Okay, so even though it sounds like a specialized word, some people know it, especially people who live in the coastal areas. It's just an everyday vocabulary, I suppose. Okay, so I think now, let me see who's calling in. What kind of challenge we could do? with the Germanic languages. Yeah, I think I have an easy one for Riley. So I'm going to add Riley into the stream. Okay, Riley, I'm going to add you in a second. So you can get ready. Oh no, wait. This didn't work. 1 second, I'm figuring this out. It's all going to be fine in a second. Okay, Riley, so I'm going to have you on the screen right now.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Hi, Riley. Welcome
Hello.
back to the show. How are you doing?
I am good. I hope my camera is positioned properly. I tried to stretch it out like the way I did it on the last episode I was here, but
It's
yeah.
fine. It's fine. It all looks great. So, Riley, just a quick introduction. Where are you calling from? What languages do you speak? And what have you been doing regarding your languages this week?
Okay. Hei alle sammen. Jeg heter Riley. Jeg har fra Korea, men jeg bor i Canada. Jeg snakker koreansk og engelsk flytende, og jeg har lært nederlandsk og norsk og portugisisk. And Miguel, aka the historian over here, he has been helping me a lot with Portuguese recently, so muito obrigado for that.
That's great. That's great. So, what kind of challenge would you like to participate in today? What language would you like to challenge yourself with?
Do you have one in maybe like Danish or something?
I do have one in Danish, actually, but I think it might be too difficult at this point. It's just, the Danish is a tough one. And I actually thought about a very good one that I was thinking about you when I was working on it. It's in Dutch. But you have a chance of understanding it just based on knowing your English, plus your Norwegian could help you a little bit with that. Let me just bring it up. Are you okay with that? Is Dutch a good language to challenge yourself with?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just make sure that I have the right number of the challenge. Yeah, this is the number 5. Okay, so first you're going to listen to a description of word in Dutch. Try to make out as many words as possible. Okay?
Okay.
Wat is het? Het is een soort reptiel. Het heeft een harde schaal die zijn lichaam bedekt. Het kan zowel op het land als in het water leven. Het is bekend om zijn langzame bewegingen. Sommige soorten kunnen heel oud worden.
Het is een reptiel. I'm gonna have to listen to it again. That was a lot of words. Some of them are really familiar to me.
Absolutely, yes. Let's listen to it again.
Wat is het? Het is een soort reptiel. Het heeft een harde schaal die zijn lichaam bedekt. Het kan zowel op het land als in het water leven. Het is bekend om zijn langzame bewegingen. Sommige soorten kunnen heel oud worden.
Okay. Waterleven.
How does it sound like? Because it is what it sounds
So
like.
it lives in water. It has something to do with water.
Leven.
Langzaam in Dutch is slow, so it's not fast. It's a reptile, okay. One more time, please.
Okay. You're getting a lot out of it so
Wat
far.
is het?
Yeah.
Het is een soort reptiel. Het heeft een harde schaal die zijn lichaam bedekt. Het kan zowel op het land als in het water leven. Het is bekend om zijn langzame bewegingen. Sommige soorten kunnen heel oud worden.
Wat is oud worden?
Based on the hints that you already understand, do you have any guesses?
I'm gonna say krokodillen?
No.
No.
But you are close. Do you want to get another chance?
Sure.
Okay. So this time I'm going to also show the text for everybody to see on the screen. Okay, and I'm going to play that. Oh no! This is the right one. Let's play it.
Wat is het? Het is een soort reptiel. Het heeft een harde schaal die zijn lichaam bedekt. Het kan zowel op het land als in het water leven. Het is bekend om zijn langzame bewegingen. Sommige soorten kunnen heel oud worden.
I'm trying to think. It's funny because I actually my Dutch is actually very, very rusty, so this is a really interesting challenge for me. Het is een soort.
So I can, I'm going to give you a chance to say another word, and then I will play the answer, and then you will try to see if it makes sense. Play the answer in Dutch.
In Dutch. The problem is I don't know any other reptile that has to do with water. That's the problem.
Okay. I'm sure after hearing the answer you will realize that you do. You definitely do. Let's listen to the answer.
Het woord is schildpad.
Oh my god!
Yes, so what is it?
Of course. Schildpad is a turtle.
Yes, that is correct.
In Norwegian, it's skildpadde.
Yeah.
In Korean, it's kobugi.
What does it mean, kabugi? Like, does it have any etymology
Kobugi, I don't know where it comes from. I think I just know that the Norwegian word, like when I first learned the word skildpadde in Norwegian, it kind of reminded me of like the Dutch word schildpad, and that's kind of, when I was learning Norwegian, that's kind of how I was able to deduce it as a turtle.
Yeah. So let me just quickly read the English translation, so maybe it will clarify some vocabulary there. So what is it? It's a type of reptile. It has a hard shell covering its body. It can live both on land and in water. It's known for its slow movements. Some species can live for a very long time. The word is
Yeah,
turtle.
based on like how slowly they move and the hard shell part, I could have been able to deduce that it was a turtle, but I couldn't. The funny thing is, I knew like some words in there. It's just that I couldn't figure out like what the word zochte meant.
Sorten. I think it's species,
And-
like some species. Sommige Sorten,
Yeah.
possibly. Yeah. So that was. I think you were very close with the crocodiles, so you should be proud of yourself, Riley. It was a good effort, a good challenge for you. So and people enjoyed it in the comments as well. So that's
Yeah.
great. So Riley, we're going to disconnect now because we want to resolve the Latin challenge that people were working in the background.
Okay.
But as always, thank you very much for calling in. Have a good day.
Yeah,
and,
no problem. You too.
and see you around. Thank you very much. And we are going to bring the people back. Let's bring the people back. Hopefully it's gonna work. Oh, someone is missing, but no worries, I will fix this. Sam is back.
I'm with you.
Yes.
Wait, you meant that someone was missing? You get it? Like someone?
The someone.
Nice.
Yeah, so we are back
The same
here.
one.
We are back here. You've managed to complete your translations of Latin into your native languages. We're going to have a look at how it turned out. But I think the best way to do it is going to be... let me think about it. What if I go like this? Was it difficult, by the way? Did you struggle a lot translating that?
Not so much.
I helped myself with Portuguese and with the Italian version of some.
Okay.
I also made sure to, like, whenever I could, just try to use more words that would have come from the words that I used in the Latin, but sometimes the word was too unnatural, so I had to use another word.
Yeah, it was like that.
Okay, so let me just quickly make sure that we are able to see you guys, see you all. Almost there. Almost there. Just need to make sure. There is... Oh, okay, so let's go and have a look at your translations now.
I hope I translated it right because I wasn't so good in Latin at school, but well.
Yeah, let's see.
I can also like clarify cognates, whenever they show up, because I can say, oh, this word actually is cognate with this word.
Okay.
Anyway.
So we are going to start reading this, okay? Let's start start reading it with Latin. So Wayne, you read it first, then Claudio, then Sam, and then Wayne again. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to listen and compare.
Okay. Hoc vocabulum est pars corporis aquae, pars non alta. Hanc partem transire possumus, et non metuimus mergi. In hac aquae parte, quidam expectant praedatores, praedas venturas ad aquam bibitum, ut eas capiant, trahantque alton ad partem aquae, plerunque lacus. Haec pars propellitus est, hoc vocabulum est vadum.
Great. Claudia?
Yeah, I would like to specify that Sicilian is not standardized. So the dialects are different according to the place where you speak it. I speak a dialect, a variety of the Northeast, the city of Messina, where I live.
Okay,
And
that's totally fine.
now I can see that I forgot to put plerunque lacus, the translation plerunque lacus, but I can edit later, so... Okay, I can read it. Sta parola è navatti d'un coppo d'acqua. Stavatti non è profonda. Potremmo passare vistavatti senza che funnamo. Da stavatti d'acqua i predatori spettano i predi, chi vengono per bevere l'acqua mi ferranno e i pottanno all'acqua auta. Stavatti è vicino a riva. Sta parola è uguale.
Guadu. Good. And Sam?
I see you you wrote Tuscan, but actually I went for Italian, standard Italian, and I'm going for sure to read it with my heavy accent, but well, that's Italian.
Good. Okay.
Questa parola si riferisce a una parte del corpo dell'acqua. È una parte non profonda. Posso attraversare questa parte senza paura di immergermi. In questa parte d'acqua alcuni predatori aspettano le prede che si sono avvicinate all'acqua per bere, in modo da poterle catturare e trascinare nella parte più profonda dell'acqua. Questa parte è vicina alla riva, questa parola è il guado.
And Wayne?
Yeah, so also keep in mind that I'm reading this with my heavy Rio accent, so anyway. Esta palavra é uma parte de um corpo d'água, a parte não funda. Nesta parte, podemos transitar e não tememos afundar. Nessa parte d'água, alguns predadores esperam as presas que virão para beber água para que as capturem e as arrastem para a parte funda da água, especialmente de lagos. Esta parte é próxima à margem. Esta palavra é o raso. So I will say that we do not really have a word like vado, so we say raso. So this is an example where it didn't come to us.
And how does it translate?
Raso is shallow. Like it can be an adjective, but it can also be the noun, like the shallow part.
Yeah. Yes. So this is so this is a good example. Oh wait, Claudio is saying something.
I've just corrected my version.
So let's read that again. Let's read the corrected version.
So, sta parola è navatti d'un coppo d'acqua. Stavatti non è profonda. Potremmo passare per stavatti senza chi ni scantamu mi funnamu. Da stavatti d'acqua i predatori spettano i predi che vengono per bere l'acqua mi inferranno e i pottanno all'acqua auta, specialmente in i laghi. Stavatti è vicino a riva, sta parola è uguale.
Yeah.
Perfect. That is correct. Hopefully. So we had a chance to compare those languages. Good. So this is. Wayne.
I was gonna say just to comment on a few things that these would look even more similar to the Latin one if the words hadn't changed so much in terms of being common, because vocabulum, we all use palabra, parola, but vocabulum, I'm guessing vocabulo exists in Italian too, but it's not a most common word anymore, where in the Latin it's the most common one for words. And then alta that does exist, like alto, but now to us it means like high and not. But in Latin it meant both high and deep. And like transire, transitar, that exists in Portuguese, maybe something like transire, but not common anymore. Mergui, like to be submerged, but we don't again say that anymore a lot, so we say afundar instead. So, and the same thing for what was it? The part there was a part here. Yeah, like litus, like litoral, like because that's what that is, like next to the litoral. But litoral to us now is like shore of like an ocean, not of just any kind of water. And so these words would actually be even closer if again there hadn't been that shift in meaning.
And in Sicilian, we have the word trasiri, which comes from Latin transire, which is to pass through. But in Sicilian, it changed the meaning. It means to go in.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yes. So this was a fun challenge. We learned something new, and it's always nice to have Latin on the channel because it's definitely a treat for everybody. But yeah, so I think we have time for one more challenge for Sam that I have prepared specifically for the French challenge for Sam. So with you guys, we can disconnect. You're welcome to come back some other time to the show.
They can do that too. They speak Romance languages. Maybe
I
speak
or
French.
they
he speaks
probably
French.
they have studied French extensively. It
Okay.
seems. Right, so that wouldn't be a good
I was
challenge
hoping
you
for
guys.
help, maybe.
I was gonna defend myself and say to like, no, I forget a lot of my French, but then I speak to my French friends again. It's like, oh, it's back.
Yeah, exactly. So
I was like hoping for some help, but well,
yes,
let's see.
so we are going to switch to the challenge for Sam. The challenge for Sam. However, this kind of words that we covered today with other challengers, like the first word we did was, what was it? It was very specific as well. The Sicilian word. And the Latin word that we did today was also kind of specific. So I think those words, they would be very good for another kind of challenge that I'm going to show you, and hopefully you're going to participate in this as well, because this is for the audience to participate. I have prepared a challenge for you in the comment section. I'm going to... For some reason... Oh, did you actually... Oh, never mind. For some reason it doesn't work. Oh, that's a shame. Let me just maybe quickly refresh the page. Maybe it's going to work. No, it's going to take too much time, unfortunately. Oh no. Well, so let's go back to Sam then. Sorry, I wanted to show you the kind of challenge that you could use with this kind of words, but it's just not happening. I have prepared it before, but it's just not sending it through. So we're gonna continue with the French challenge for you, Sam, and next week I will show you how to do this.
Ça va.
Okay, so let's do it without any further ado. It's going to be the challenge, French challenge number 2. Let's listen to it first.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est un légume qui pousse dans le sol. Elle est principalement de couleur orange. Elle est connue pour être bonne pour la santé des yeux. Elle est souvent utilisée dans les soupes, les ragoûts ou simplement crue.
That's it. That's a quick one, yeah.
Okay. I think I get the word because at the moment it referred to a very specific color, which when you mention it, it's obviously that vegetable. And I was able to guess that it was a vegetable, even if there is a false friend. I got a legume, which means vegetable, but in Italian, legume means like beans and not vegetables. So I guess I have the word. What should I say it in Italian? I'm not sure if I know the word in French.
Yeah, so you could say that in Italian. First, tell us what you understood.
Okay. I understood that it is a vegetable. I understood the word legume, that means vegetable. And I understood that it is of color orange, and that led me to the word that I'm thinking. And also I understood something about being famous for being good for the health of your eyes, maybe. And also, I also have a funny story about that. Maybe I can tell you later. And this leads me to the word, if I can tell it, or maybe not.
Yes.
Carrot, which is okay.
which is everybody knows what this is. Yes, this is a carrot.
Is it carotte en français? Je ne sais pas.
En français, let's listen to the answer.
Le carreau.
C'est une carotte.
Carotte. Ok.
Carotte. Carotte.
Parfait. Merci.
Yeah, so this is what it is, and yeah,
Okay.
carrot.
Can I see the text? Because many things I didn't get about what they were saying. If
So
it's
now,
possible.
when you see it, maybe you could translate that into Italian so we can compare.
Okay. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Que cos'è? C'est un légume qui pousse dans le sol. It's a vegetable that grows. Pousse, grows. È una verdura che cresce al sole. Elle est principalement de couleur orange, solitamente di colore arancione. Elle est connue pour être bonne pour la santé des yeux. Even in Italian, the carrot is female. You see, it's very nice to see when objects have gender. And è conosciuta per avere per essere buona per la salute degli occhi. Elle est souvent utilisée dans le soupe, le ragoût ou simplement cru. Cruda, ok. Spesso è usata nelle zuppe, nel ragù, no. So, stew. Okay, so ragù means stufato, stew. That's nice. I was thinking about ragù. And semplicemente cruda, so simply raw. È una carota. C'est une carotte. Carotte.
Yes, so that was an easy one for you. You immediately recognized it.
Thank you very much.
Yes, is the French language? I mean, you studied it a little bit, so you had a little bit
3
of
years
advantage
when
there.
I was 11, 12, and 13.
Yeah.
In Italy, we have this system that we can choose a second language after English, and it was common here to study French. But I never. But it was a long time ago when I was 11, and I never studied it later. But it's really interesting for me. I do love it very much.
So it's So next time around, I will have to give you like a really advanced word to guess, because this one was easy, but it still was fun to see. And I think people in the comment section who haven't studied French, they had an opportunity to test themselves with it. Great. So I think that's all for today. That's all for all the challenges that I have prepared for today, and that the time is over. So thank you so much, Sam. It's
Thank you
always a
for
pleasure
having me.
having you. It's always a pleasure having you. So thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you.
And all of you guys, thank you for hanging out tonight. For next week, I will prepare this special challenge for you that you can all participate. I can just reveal the secret that it's going to be through the polls, the YouTube polls. For some reason, it just didn't work out because I prepared it before the show and didn't press the right button, and I think it timed out. So I have to re-enter everything manually. But that's going to happen next week. So thank you very much. I appreciate you being here and hanging out and making this show together. I will see you next week, same time, with more challenges. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Have a good night.